Ressemble en tout cas au début étrangement à Lost Highway, même autoroute nocturne, même virée sur des routes mystérieuses, même climat poisseux de film noir. Erreur funeste, David Lynch diabolique évidemment, induit lui-même volontairement cette confusion pour nous emmener très très vite dans un autre climat que Lost Highway, un film noir avec une histoire de cinéma et une histoire de jeune actrice aspirante star qui se venge d'une autre. C'est un film assez incompréhensible, un film qui joue plus sur l'ambiance et les sens que sur le sens narratif, un film absolument magnifique qui a réveillé, je crois, la croisette. Voici un entretien avec l'ange du bizarre.
Wonder where you were going. Mulholland Drive. That's where I was going. Mulholland Drive.
C'est bon?
Ça tourne?
Ça tourne pour vous?
Okay, excellent, you guys.
Look who's talking, guys. Huh?
No. Diane, the car's waiting. This is the girl.
How tranquil and sweet and peaceful the atmosphere in the junket is. It's like wherever you arrive, you carry with you some kind of white, smiling kindness, and everybody whispers.
Yes?
It's very strange.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic, especially considering this contradiction between this white, smiling kindness and the cauldron, dark, mesmerizing, with screaming visions of your head.
So not all those visions are that way. Some are smiling in the films too.
Yeah, you think so?
But film is contrast, and so you go down, many different avenues.
What was the first thing that whipped you and put you to write Mulholland Drive? Was it a sound? Was it maybe a night you cruised on the avenue? Was it a word?
The word Mulholland Drive was what started it.
Why? Because it's musical? Because it's...
No, Mulholland Drive is a famous road in Los Angeles, and it holds many stories and mysteries and romance and probably many strange stories, but it's a road that goes along the crest of the mountains, separating the Hollywood from the valley. And it's a beautiful road, day or night. And it just kind of holds enough mysteries to be compelling. And the words Mulholland Drive conjure this thing up.
Does it cross somewhere Sunset Boulevard?
It doesn't cross Sunset Boulevard, but Sunset Boulevard is one of my favorite films by Billy Wilder.
And Billy Wilder is one of your favorite directors, right?
Definitely. And I think Sunset Boulevard has always been not only one of my favorite films, but an inspiration to me and many other filmmakers. And Sunset Boulevard is alive in me. Maybe sometimes when I'm making Mulholland Drive.
He wrote a book. I mean, someone interviewed him to get his memories, and at one point he said, I, Billy Wilder, states 10 commandments for a filmmaker. The 9 first commandments are, thou shalt not bore. And the 10th is, thou shalt have the final cut. And I'm sure you relate very much to this final cut idea.
It's absurd to go forward on a film if you can't make it the film that you want it to be. And without final cut, it's playing Russian roulette. You could luck out. I lucked out on The Elephant Man. Mel Brooks, in effect, gave me final cut. He didn't have to. But he was a saint. And I love Mel Brooks for taking the chance on me. And I'm so happy that Mel Brooks has a success now of the producers on Broadway. 15 Tony Award nominations and for the producers.
Oh, wow.
And it's huge on Broadway now. Yeah. And it couldn't happen to a nicer, better person. So on Dune, for instance, I didn't have final cut, and I suffered died the death. And so from then on, I have been lucky to have it. And like I said, it's you can't go forward without it.
Mel Brooks was the man who described you as a James Stewart from Mars.
Yes, the same Mel Brooks, yes.
The same Mel Brooks, prolific Mel Brooks. Have you ever feared to go to sleep and to die in your sleep instead of dreaming
No.
and going on a weird journey to just die?
I think death is something everyone fears to one degree or another, and but it's a fear we tuck away, and we should, in my mind, enjoy the trip as much as possible. And for me, enjoying the trip is catching ideas and translating those in one medium or another.
You said some time ago that you felt like a radio, catching things from life and giving them back through sounds and images. Jesus Christ, what a weird radio.
Well, we are like radios when it comes to ideas. And when we think about ideas, we notice that at one moment we don't have an idea, and in the next moment we have an idea. How does that happen? Where do they come from? And isn't it a fantastic thing? So we should always be on guard and watching and seeing, noticing how we catch ideas. And then once we get an idea, I always say it's like getting a fish. You can get a small fish or a very strange colored fish or a big fish. These are ideas that pop into our heads, and they come with so much power, and they show us exactly what they are instantly. And sometimes we fall in love with those ideas, and we just simply follow the idea and translate it to one thing or another.
You like ideas, but it seems to me that you are very much on guard against concept.
Concepts are like a suitcase.
Yeah.
And ideas are what you put in the suitcase. And so you might as well start with the ideas. The suitcase comes later, and the ideas, you don't know. Sometimes they're very small fragments. You don't know where they're going to lead. Then suddenly they string themselves together and show you an indication of a story. And that indication pulls other ideas. And the more you go into those ideas, the faster you pull what you need. And it's a beautiful thing. You think maybe it won't always work, but it always works.
Is it really by chance that the cinematographer, the director in the movie, bears humanity's first man's name, Adam?
Adam.
Adam.
I don't know. It's funny where names come from.
Yeah.
There's no particular reason why his name is Adam.
But
it just felt
you can help
correct.
wondering
Right.
about maybe some meaning to that. Maybe something else also. Ryan Entertainment. Ryan Entertainment. I couldn't help thinking about Saving Private Ryan and the whole Spielberg
no.
galaxy.
No, it's
because
not.
Seems you make some statements
on
Hollywood
Ryan
movies.
was made when I first thought of that. So it's strange. Coincidence.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are those two amazing actresses?
That's Naomi Watts and Laura Elena Herring.
Yeah.
When you since Mulholland Drive started out in television, you need to get someone that can sign on for a long time. And I became, I always have had, good fortune in casting, but these two actresses and Justin Theroux, the actor, all the people, I'm in love with. And it's just been a great trip with them, start to finish. They've got a beautiful attitude and a lot of talent.
Do you still paint? And do
I
you
still paint, yes.
Do you still do your morbid composition with dead animals, dead
No,
insects?
no, they're not morbid. I'm interested in
I like
textures.
morbid things.
It's not. That's the surface quality. When you see a dead dog, you are immediately see a dead dog. But if you look a little bit more closely, there are, abstractions in there that are unbelievable. That's nature going to work on something, and it's a phenomenon of texture and color and design that's an inspiration to me in my painting, and I like photographing them as well.
But what's in a dog? That
Well, it doesn't have
fascinates
to be a
you.
dog.
I know, but the
could
angry
be a
dog.
pig.
I mean, yeah, but
I
the
like
dog
dogs.
is. Yeah, I know.
Dogs are man's best friend, and sometimes they're alive, and then once in a while they go. When I was in Mexico, I saw so many dead dogs, and I would, photograph them because it was new, and I couldn't believe what nature had been doing to them since they passed away.
I bought a painting by you.
You
to
did.
Gerard Pilder in
You did?
1970.
What painting did you buy?
In 97, I bought a little bride painted in white, and actually it's a skeleton under a veil.
Oh, I know this painting.
You know this painting?
I
I've got
know
it in
this.
my bedroom.
That's
now
fantastic.
I divorced. I bought it just before I got married.
You did, and now you're divorced.
But I
It
kept
didn't have
in
nothing to do with the painting, I don't
I'm sure
think.
it had.
You think so?
I'm sure it had. There was
Wow.
a magic spell, that went through this painting.
I like that. I wondered
this
about
one.
that. Yeah.
I love
It's a
this one.
watercolor. It's a
Yeah.
little one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's mine.
That's
now.
beautiful.
Thank you for the divorce.
You're welcome. I hope it's a pleasant one.
What did you mean when you said French money doesn't smell the same than American money?
American money smells a certain way. I don't even remember saying that, but now that you mention it, just as when you go in one house and it has a certain smell, and you go into another house and the smell changes. American money has a certain smell, and I think it's on purpose. It's another verification that it's real.
If I tell you that this love scene between those two women is maybe it's the most tender, sensual, voluptuous, smooth as silk love scene I saw in movies. Do you feel lesbian love scene? Do you feel grateful or insulted because you might think, oh my God, she is prejudiced or whatever?
No. I feel the same, and it's about a love, and that when that happens, you can't help yourself.
Bringing love?
Bringing
On
love,
screen?
wanting it, yeah.
Wanting it? Yeah.
Wanting it to be reciprocal.
There were kindness in your previous movies. It was full of kindness, really, this Alvin Strait story. Would you say there's maybe something icier but also kind in this one?
I think there's kindness in this. It's a desperate longing that runs through. But there's understanding on both sides of what's happening. But then you say in Paris or in France, c'est la vie.
Okay, thank you. I have to free you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Jimmy Stewart from the Galaxy. Bye-bye. And thank you for the
See ya.
movie.
Thank
Bless
you, guys.
Bye-bye.